Yeah, all those movies are great. I have a ton of favorite scenes. Gavin, what's your favorite scene in one of the movies?
Yeah, it comes from the first movie, and it's when Poe is learning how to be the dragon warrior, but he's being trained by his master. But then towards the end of that like training montage scene, they basically fight over a plate of dumplings, which is so awesome. It's like the most epic food fight in the history of mankind.
That is awesome.
Or panda kind.
Or panda kind. Yeah. Technically, Master Shifu is like a tiny red panda, I think I looked up. So they're both pandas, I think.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. So, yeah, my favorite scene is probably from the third movie. It's at the very end where he's actually in the spirit realm. He's fighting the bad guy, Kai. And it's awesome. He, like, becomes the dragon warrior fully and has, like, this dragon form and fights Kai. It's pretty awesome. So that's probably my favorite. But all the movies are really great. I love them. If you haven't seen them, they're totally worth seeing. They're all about Poe, the panda, becoming the dragon warrior and finding out what his purpose is as the dragon warrior. And when I think about purpose in these movies, it makes me think of this Bible verse. So I got my Bible app, and it's from the New Living Translation. It says this in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. It says, "This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone, a new life has begun." So what this guy Paul, who wrote this, what he's saying is that when you decide to follow Jesus, he changes your life in a way. It's like you become a totally new person with a new life and new purpose. And really, as we follow Jesus, we find our purpose in Jesus. And that's our main point. That's our bottom line today, is that you find your purpose in Jesus.
Yeah, and in all these Kung Fu Panda movies, Poe is doing just that. He's discovering what his purpose is as the dragon warrior, which sounds crazy. He doesn't understand quite how to live like a dragon warrior, but he's learning by his masters and he's passing on what he's learned to others. But he's finding his purpose and discovering what his purpose is as a dragon warrior. And just like Matt said, we find our purpose in Jesus. In Jesus, he's basically the ultimate master. And the more time we spend with him, the more we'll find our purpose in him. And he also wants us to share that purpose to others so other people can discover what their purpose is in Jesus, just like Poe did.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So when you see this movie, you can think of that. Just like Poe's on this journey to discover his purpose as the dragon warrior, we all have great purpose as we follow Jesus. He's got so many awesome plans for all of us. And so as you follow Jesus, just remember that. And every time you see these movies, you'll remember that. So we're gonna talk more about how we find our purpose in Jesus in our groups right now. But remember, when you see these movies, remember that you can find your purpose in Jesus.